So I saw a comment on my YouTube channel this morning that made me chuckle. Real estate brokers will never tell you anything bad about the real estate market. And I laughed because for a few reasons. Number one, most of the content that you see is all just positive, because let's be honest, there's a lot of positives that cannot be ignored about Dubai. So it's hard not to talk about them. Number two, we are salespeople. So yes, we have to show you the other side of the coin. And of course, we are all adults. There is a risk to everything we do in life. Not doing something is a risk. Okay, so we're not looking to blame anyone for decisions that you have made. I know that's not where the comment comes from. So I thought to let you in on a few challenges that real estate investors face here in Dubai. So most recently, a client bought a studio as his first investment in a project in JVC called Luma 22. And exactly what I thought was going to happen happens a lot when I'm speaking to investors is the building handed over all of the units simultaneously. And when 300, 400, 500, 600 units anywhere in Dubai, anywhere in the world, hands over in one tower, there's a lot of supply coming to the market. Every single landlord fighting to get it sold, not really fighting, but to get it sold and to get it rented. So what happens in the beginning is that everybody who's willing to take less for their units will take less for the unit. So that is the point where you get the least amount of money on rent for your property. And then after all of that supply has been absorbed into the market and you are still left standing, you will see the rental prices go up. Wouldn't be true in locations where supply continuously comes to market. And JVC is one of those areas where that is a factor that you need to consider, that it will not be as easy as 1, 2, 3 and it's rented. So they have been on the market. I had it on the market as well, multiple viewings, but those tenants all viewed similar properties. And everyone who chose not to give me an offer is because the same property, a few doors down or 2 floors down, was exactly the same and a better price. Okay, so that's why we didn't rent, and it didn't make sense to accept less than 60,000, less than 62,000 for the rental returns and the opportunity cost of waiting for this completion, and then the rent that we do receive for this property. So that's one major challenge. I think the same can be said for reselling your unit at that time. So you do have a percentage of those buyers who want to resell their unit at the highest price. You've taken all the risk by buying this thing off plan. You want to maximize your profit, and that makes complete sense. But the domino effect in a building that just handed over for resale, I'm pretty sure some of you went through a resale experience where it wasn't that easy on handover, and it's almost as if it's slightly easier to sell your property just before handover, within that 12 months leading up to handover, because the supply isn't as much as it will be when this building is ready. Now there's benefits to selling but on handover, but that's not what this video is about. Everybody goes to market, and the guy who has a better price than you for the same unit is most likely going to sell quicker. And you'll say, well, that's okay because I paid this entire property, I don't need that money. You could argue in that direction, but that's clearly not why you bought this property. It's clearly not why and how you have come from where you've come from by just saying whatever, I don't need it. You've made clever decisions to get to in life where you are now. So this property in the capital needs to work for you. Another interesting, very difficult situation that we are in again a client who didn't buy this unit from me, but now has tasked me with the responsibility to find a buyer for this unit. And I'm not going to say no because I need to, because if this person doesn't pay their payments, and that's what it's coming to. It's Emaar Beachfront. It's a high floor unit, 2-bedroom, looks towards to the marina in Sea Point. Now, the situation there is that Emaar still has stock in that same building, similar floor range, at better prices than what he bought at. So that is a concern. So that's why you need proper advice, because there are people who are going to buy these things. There are people who are going to buy these things, see it through, and then on handover, you'll be okay. But clearly his situation leading up during the construction period, his situation has changed. I'm not saying he can't afford it. He obviously has a lot of money, but just in terms of how he's managing the cash flow on this specific project doesn't match up with what he thought he will have or how it is going to work out. So right now it's on the market for 6 million. He bought it, the purchase price, not he bought it, but the purchase price was 6.3 million 80,000. So if we've already reduced the original price with 380,000, and we're still not getting any interested parties. And Emaar has now announced a new branded residence launching on that same island. So it's a challenge. There's a lot of challenges in the market. That's what this video is about. I'm not going to provide you with the solution, because based on that comment, solutions is not what you want. You want to know about the challenges. There's another person selling in a building with the name of Blue Waters Bay. And if you're a broker and you're watching this, you know there's a lot of original price sellers, because there's been a massive delay in the construction, starting the construction on that obscure piece of land where they sold this project for. So without proper consultation, without proper representation, you could, see yourself in a very difficult situation. I've got a situation. The client bought a studio from me, from a new developer. And now this developer is delaying the entire project and blaming the DLD. When we went there, they were like 95% done with this building. 3 months later, handover should have happened. Doesn't happen. We call, we email, we message, we call, we email, we message, and time again, there's just an excuse of why this building hasn't handed over yet. No one taking responsibility, because that's not what they do here. So that's been a particularly challenging episode for me, and we're still waiting. It had to hand over in August. It is now mid-December 2024. Inshallah, the handover will be soon, but those are the challenges that you need to understand that are in this market. And if you're buying with the impression that you can resell after a couple of months, these type of stories you need to be aware about, because it's not the reality. The market is no longer cyclical. People don't just come here for money and leave. People come here for longer terms. The average hold of property timeline is now 5 years for average ownership, right? So that has also extended as the city grows and more people move here. It's also good because the speculative activity in the city is not as evident as what it was a couple of years ago. People are holding on because they want to move to the city. They want to put these apartments on rent, because they understand how many people are moving to the city and the housing shortage that we have in the long term. So those are the particular challenges in the market. If you want to understand how to navigate this landscape of real estate, because there's extreme potential to build a significant portfolio that will definitely reach your objectives and set your family up your kids and their kids, set them all up for financial prosperity and success, definitely reach out. I'll be super happy to help you. I'm your real estate mate, because clearly a lot of people need a mate in real estate. I'll see you on the next video.